Welcome back. Today, we are diving headfirst into the absolute cutting edge of finance, AI trading agents. And let me tell you, these are not just a small upgrade to automated trading. We're talking about a completely new species of digital trader that's changing the entire game.
So let's just start with a thought experiment. Imagine a trader who is completely immune to the emotional chaos of the markets. No panic selling when things dip, no FOMO, fear of missing out, when a stock goes vertical. Just pure, cold, relentless logic working around the clock. That's the incredible promise we're going to unpack today.
So what in the world is an AI trading agent? Well, to put it simply, it's a smart, independent program that uses artificial intelligence to make all its own trading decisions. It looks at the market, it figures out what's coming next, and it places the trades, all while learning and getting better on its own.
All right, here's our game plan for today. We'll talk about this new kind of digital trader, see how it stacks up against the old school bots, break down its anatomy, check out the different types of agents, understand its unbeatable emotionless edge, and finally, look at how it's creating a whole new autonomous economy.
First up, and this is really important to get, we're not just talking about a slightly better trading bot here. No, this is a massive evolutionary leap in how automated trading works.
The main difference is actually pretty simple. A traditional bot is just a follower. It blindly does whatever a human programmed it to do with, if this happens, then do that rules. But an AI agent, it's a learner. You give it a goal, and it figures out the strategy itself, constantly tweaking and improving based on what actually works.
Okay, now this table is where it gets really interesting. Look at data analysis. A regular bot, it might just look at a price chart. An AI agent sees that price chart plus the latest economic news, plus it's gauging the mood of thousands of posts on X all at the same time. And under adaptability, a bot is stuck. It's static. An agent, on the other hand, is dynamic. It gets smarter with every single trade it makes. It's really the difference between a simple calculator and a learning brain.
So how does this digital brain actually tick? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the anatomy of an AI agent to see what's really going on in there.
Everything it does happens in this continuous four-stage loop. It's a constant cycle of seeing what's happening, thinking about it, taking action, and then, critically, learning from that action. This isn't a one-and-done deal. This is happening thousands of times, getting a tiny bit smarter with every single rotation.
So let's walk through that. Step 1, data gathering. The agent literally inhales everything. Price charts, blockchain volume, news headlines, social media hype. Step 2 is analysis, where its machine learning brain looks for hidden patterns in all that noise. Step 3, execution. Bam! It places a trade in milliseconds, way faster than a human can even blink. And finally, step 4, learning. It looks back at the trade's outcome to do better next time. You might be wondering, how does it get all that outside information? Well, it uses a really clever trick called tool calling. If the agent needs a piece of info it doesn't have, say a new government report, it just uses a tool, like an API or a web search, to go find it. The best way to think about it is like a vacation planner. If they need to know the weather in Paris, they don't guess, they just call up a weather database. Simple as that.
And that brings us to the real powerhouse, the agent's learning engine. Reinforcement learning. Essentially, it learns through trial and error, just like we do, but on a superhuman scale. A winning trade is like a reward. It reinforces that behavior. A losing trade? That's a lesson, teaching the agent what not to do.
Now, you gotta understand, not all agents are created equal. Just like a big trading firm has different people for different jobs, AI agents have their own special roles. So, let's meet the team.
We can basically break them down into 3 main types. You've got your predictive agents, they're the fortune tellers. Then you have arbitrage agents, who are the ultimate opportunists. And finally, sentiment analysis agents, who are kind of like the market psychologists.
First up, the predictive agents. Their entire mission in life is to look at all the data they can find and use these complex machine learning models to make a really good guess about where the market's going next. They are constantly trying to see into the future, even if it's just a few seconds away.
Next up, we have the arbitrage agents. These are the speed demons. They're scanning dozens of different exchanges all at once, hunting for tiny price differences in the same asset. And in the milliseconds it takes you or me to even click a mouse, they've already swooped in, bought low on one exchange, sold high on another, and pocketed a risk-free profit.
And finally, we've got the sentiment analyzers. These guys read the room. They're combing through millions of news articles and social media posts to get a feel for the market's mood.
Are people feeling greedy? Are they scared? Knowing the collective vibe can be a huge tell for what's about to happen next.
Okay, so when you put all of this amazing tech together, the learning, the speed, the data analysis, what you get is what we can call the emotionless edge. And this is the fundamental reason why these AI agents have such a massive advantage.
It all boils down to this one simple but incredibly powerful idea. Human traders, we're flawed. We get scared, we get greedy, we get tired. The agent, it feels none of that. It has one guide and one guide only, the data and the math.
And think about what 24/7 really means. The global markets don't clock out at 5 p.m. While we're sleeping, an agent is wide awake, always watching, ready to jump on an opportunity that might only exist for a few seconds at 3 in the morning.
And this number right here is the most important one of all: 0. That's the amount of fear that influences its decisions. 0 is the amount of greed that clouds its judgment. This means it has perfect discipline. It follows strict mathematical rules for risk, cutting losses instantly to protect your capital from a flash crash without even a moment's hesitation, something even the most disciplined human traders struggle with.
So when you combine this relentless logic with complete autonomy, you're not just creating a better trader. You're actually building the foundation for an entirely new kind of economic system. This is the start of what many are calling the DeFi, or Decentralized AI Revolution.
And this isn't just some sci-fi theory, it is happening right now. You have platforms like MetalX that are being built from the ground up to be powered by these autonomous agents. What they're doing is making this technology available to everyone, giving individual traders the kinds of tools that used to be reserved for giant hedge funds.
Now this is where things get really wild. In this emerging economy, the agents are being given their very own crypto wallets. That means they can hold money, make trades, and manage a portfolio all by themselves, working to achieve a goal that a user sets for them. They're becoming true, autonomous economic players in the system. So we are literally giving AI the keys to the kingdom, the tools, and the autonomy to operate inside our financial systems. And that leaves us with a fascinating and maybe even a little unsettling question for the future. What happens when AI can build its own wealth? Thank you for watching. If you got something from this, please like the video and support the channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That really helps us. Thanks again.